Welcome back to our Rules Restoration. Today I got part 2 of the Thunderclap restoration. I'm going to go ahead and take this vehicle apart, give it a thorough cleaning in the sink, wipe everything down. I have to repair this little post. It was in the missiles that go in there, so I got to glue that. I have a gun, has a broken tab on it. It won't stay in without a fix. Figure out some way of fixing that. And one of the little figure stand things, it's missing the little J hook thing. The first thing is I need to take this thing apart, so let's go ahead and do that. The gun just slides out of these little tracks. You just wiggle them to get it off. Be careful not to break that seat off. Wiggle it to get off. Set that aside. I'm going to take that gun apart, take these little missiles off. Now you can get a better view inside there where that broken post is. It is the same one that came off of this. Matches perfect. Already tried it. Plastic weld that. Probably put some super glue on top of that. Let's go ahead and get this rear gun off. Don't want to break it. Get up underneath it. Push it from the bottom, pop it up. So this is the way that post should look. This is the way that one is, completely missing. Okay, this little turret right here. It's got 3 tabs on the bottom. Just easily push. Pop it off. It's not off of that. Must have been a little part sitting down underneath that. Alright, so set that to the side. I'm going to take the missiles out. These are different missiles for every vehicle, which is crazy, but makes it where it's hard to get them wrong. Take that missile off. This sits on a little post thing here. I'm not sure that's even worth trying to get off, to be honest. I don't want to break these little tabs on the side and then be a part that I had good. Now I don't. So these I'm going to take off. They slide one way or the other. Let me look on this side. So these slide back. Hopefully they're not glued on. Nope. Just take your time, pop it off. Slide this one back. Get this one real quick, then it'll come off much easier. Alright, so I'm starting to see what's coming out of it. Those little orange things there, that's the piece I just found, and there's another piece right here. Gives me something to fix it with. Try to get that out. For a big vehicle, that was not a very good system. There's a broken part. Shoot, get that out of the way. Get this out of the way. Here's a broken part, and I'm betting you they come right off of these. You're supposed to have J hooks there. I love finding little bugs in there. I got one more to go. Leg out of the way. This one's being a pain in the butt. Betting you somebody glued this one. I'm gonna get the base off the bottom. Get that out of the way. I'm not going to take these legs off. That thing's filthy dirty. Set that to the side. Another part of the that little poster pin thing that came off. Keep that. Really like to get this one out. There he goes. Fights, 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 and it goes real easy. We're finding broken pieces in here. They were already broke before I even started touching it. Seat belt, seat belt. I think I'm gonna leave them in. Seat belt and seat belt. Leave those in. I believe we're stripped down to the bare essentials here. So we have this. Check this real quick. Yep, that's that piece there. I'm not 100% sure where that piece came from. I'm gonna look it over real good. Had to come from somewhere. So I'll find out where it went. If it came off this, it could have just been another piece off a different lot that fell into this one. But I always keep that stuff. Alright, so the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to snap this whole gun apart and clean that up. There's like a little ring on the front here. It screws on, it pops on, or how that works. Doesn't screw on. It's definitely holding things. Maybe a one-way trip there. You see a tab here, tab here, tab there, tab and a tab there. The gunner's chair goes all the way through. That would help hold it. I'm at least going to get this gunner's chair off. Get that out of the way. It gives me more beef on this. Maybe a one-way trip. Oh, there's another tab here. So I'm going to try to take it apart, but if I can't, I'll clean it up. Alright, got everything cleaned up. I decided against taking this turret gun apart. This ring didn't want to come off. I didn't want to compromise the tabs. Really no reason. If I do de-yellow this, I'll probably just tape everything off. De-yellow the outside of this highly yellowed plastic. Let's see what kind of results we get. Set everything to a side, but everything cleaned up pretty nice. So the first thing is I need to pair this broken tab here with this piece right here. I'm gonna use some Cement Deluxe. Prop this up somehow. Work it in, no break. Get it on the ends of this. This isn't like something wheels go on or anything, just a missile slides down on it. Either got broken in a toy box or a kid ripped on it real hard. Match up the brake. Pretty much immediately stuck, push down on it. Okay, these pieces, these little green pieces that I found, I actually found where they go. That's these pieces that hold where these slide in at. They hold those from popping out. So they're crucial on holding that gun in there securely. So I'm going to try to find where these came from originally and put them back on. The main thing is just matching it up to the original brake. If you can do that, you're gold right there. That's the one. I don't have all the missing ones, but some's better than none. It has a lot of them, it's just missing a couple. There's that one. Going to try to find the other broke. That one's that one right there. So as long as you can find where the original brake is, it's a pretty easy fix. Right now that's fixed, that one's fixed, this post is fixed. Set that aside. Got the J hook bracket foot peg things. Missing one, missing one. Complete. Complete. Try to match up these to the brakes. That's that one there. Just a little too small for my fingers. Have to use tweezers. Dab some on. Matched up. Let that sit and dry. Just gonna match up the other side here. This broken one's a little smaller brake. That's that one right there. These have 1s and 2s or A's and B's on them. So they're definitely side oriented. I'm gonna have to look on the 3D Joe's and see what the blueprint says about it. That could be why they broke. It could be just pressure on it. You never know. But anytime you guys are restoring anything, always look for the small little breaks. All that stuff could be repaired easier than making something new. Alright, I'm going to call that a win. Set that aside. So now we have the gun here. We got a complete one and a broken one. I'm going to go get some Lego, see what I can do. They fit down in these holes right here. Alright, so I got my Lego. All the diameter of this is much smaller than this hole, but that doesn't fall through. Crazy part of that, what's left of this brake, this actually fits on there. Pretty much stays. A little bit of super glue will be fine. So it's a little wobbly in there, but I was thinking I could glue that on. Take the gun off the way. I could glue that on. I could cut this down right here. I could shove that little part right there on it, and it'll keep it from coming through. So as long as that's cut down to length, you can pretty much adjust the tightness on it. So what I needed to do is figure out where I need to cut it at. Leave a little bit stubbed through. Always cut it back down. Mark it. Definitely a temporary fix until I can find a bigger piece of Lego. I haven't tried the axle rods. They're too narrow. Connects makes a bigger rod. I'll probably get something down the road. I always spin this when I cut it. Kind of put some pressure on it. That way I get a clean cut. So I need to be able to slide the piece on there. Set that on my parts. Drop that down. Put it on. Gun can still spin, but it is super tight in there. It can't come back out. So I'm going to go ahead and mount this to this gun for now. I'll end up painting that a little bit orange. Mount that on. It's either going to work or I'm going to have to put some super glue in it. It's starting to set up. Lego and that Cement Deluxe like each other. Alright, so the orange I had was not even close to the color. What I'll do is I'll take one of these into Walmart, back in their hobby section or their sewing section, arts and crafts, whatever. They have the acrylic paint. I'll match that as close as I can. If it's a shade above or shade below, I'll get both shades and I'll match it, color match. This is set up quite nicely. Set that down in there. Come in the bottom here. Set up a little bit higher than the other side, but nobody's really gonna know. It's not too much difference. Maybe a millimeter or two. So on the bottom there, I just cut that Lego down and I put one of these little connection point things on it. I didn't even glue the bottom, that way I can take it off or on real easy. Go ahead and start wiping all this down with baby oil. Alright, I got everything wiped off with baby oil off camera. I was going to fast forward the process, but camera battery took a dive, so I just went ahead and did it. I've did it in many of my videos. I want to go back and look at other ones. So I'm going to set everything to a side. Everything turned out real nice. So step one is I'm going to put the base on. Just some tabs right there. So let me put it on there. Set the legs up. These guns face the back. This gun mount goes on the front. I'm going to go ahead and load the missiles up. Small, tiniest missiles of the Thunderclap go on this piece. So I got the missiles loaded up. 3 tabs go in that little bracket right there. Even pressure. Let it down. Okay, need to put the gun back on. So these slide down behind these little tabs here, but under that lip down there. Some of these are ones I repaired, so be real careful when I push it down. In fact, I think I'm going to put the gun in. Carefully line up each side. Put too much pressure on those new tabs I just fixed. Press it down just a little bit. The gimmick on this one was put one of these shells in there, and it ejects them out. Okay, drop the missiles on these tabs, the one I fixed. Gunner's chair. Should have put that on, but no big deal. It just fits in a little side slot here. Careful not to break it. Just taking my time. Snapped in place. So as that elevates, that chair is supposed to rotate down. Should have put these on first. Yeah, it even has an A and a B on the bottom down here. So they come in. Mindful of the tabs. Push it down. This is the tab that breaks, the one towards the front. I can see why. So those two are good. These two need to be replaced. Just push them on. Be fine for display. Rotate this around. Set the legs up. Take the gun. Do this again. Lower the gun down. Chair doesn't have a lot of room to move there. We'll put the pencils back on. Push in the gun that was unbroken. And my repaired gun, I'm going to go ahead and drop that through the hole. This part pinches it down. So there's the repaired gun. It sits a little higher, like I said. It'll keep me through till now, or till I get this all the way. A new gun and 2 new brackets. But it's nice for display. Part 3 is going to be the rear vehicle or the trailer vehicle. So I'm going to go ahead and end this project right here. And I'll wipe it down with the microfiber in a day or two. Just letting that stuff soak in. Gonna go to Walmart, try to match that paint up. It's not coming off, it's just a little loose in there, but it's a nice fix for what it is. I probably could get away with just buying a little bit bigger diameter post, but right now that's good enough. Alright, thanks for watching this video. Part 3 is coming up.